what to do with this thing. Well, we're gonna make a Adirondack chair. So first thing we're gonna do is take it apart and prep and sand it. All right, here we go. Got to take these little nails out on the side and make it slide easier. All right, good afternoon. I'm here to show you how, with my dad over here, he's the expert, he's showing us how to make a Adirondack chair out of a wine barrel. So, come here, Dad.
Oh no.
This man is, he's a professional carpenter, and he is amazing. I'm here to learn from him, and hopefully this project will last for years and years. And you know, he drew up some plans, and we're just getting started. We've already kind of took apart one barrel. As you can see, this bottom barrel's not, but it looked like this, and so we took the rings off, and I'll show you how to do that later. And then we got the lids. We're gonna maybe do something separate with these, but we've been sanding these all day, and it's a little tedious process. And what do you say that donkey's work? Donkey's
I
work.
call it donkey work. It's messy, but it has to be done in order to have a good product in the end. It's got to be. They got to be cleaned off. Where there's charcoal inside there from burning, typically the burning is done with whiskey barrels. This particular one is a wine barrel.
You said like a burgundy wine or
Yeah.
something, right? So,
Yeah.
so this, you see the color, we want to keep the color, so we don't sand it down too much.
This is the rough product, the rough beginnings here, and then you see the difference here.
Yeah.
Once it's finished off.
So we not only want to keep the color on the inside, but maybe some of the strap lines, so you can still tell it was from a wine barrel when we get the finished product. So this portion right here is the seat. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the what we got going on with the actual frame is right here. I'm sorry for the mess we got over here, but my dad pre-measured a lot of this stuff out, so so he was able to determine what pieces work best for what parts of the chair. So what's this part, Dad, over here?
Yeah, that's the back there. That's,
okay. See, we still have the bung in the center right there. We decided to leave it in there as a kind of a neat feature right in the middle of the chair.
And you have your straps, the ones at the back with the supports with the back, and arms are going to be attached to these individual side slats. And it's to each individual's desires what shape or how many boards to use. Usually, you just try to pick the boards that are the biggest ones to do the back, and medium size to do the supports for the back, and also for the seat. The seat generally can be done with just the smaller, more narrow boards, like 2.5 inch or something like that, even smaller than that. Now going to the frame to frame it out. You kind of just lay it out with the two front legs, and then the arms.
The arms got to be pretty wide, right? You want them
arms,
wide.
The wider, the better.
Right.
And so you save the bigger arms, the thicker ones.
Or the bigger, wider, I guess, boards for that, and then
And also the legs.
also
and,
the wide ones for legs. Okay.
And then you got your supports here that you're going to support your legs to your arm
Gotcha.
later on. And of course, this is the front piece. It also kind of anchors your front legs. This right here.
Okay.
And
All
that's
right.
kind of like a beginning.
Well, what we'll do is we'll check back later. We're going to be finishing sanding some of these boards, and then we'll provide some updates. All right. Check back later. So this is the first step after we sand the boards.
Yeah, after sanding boards,
We want to make sure that if we have any defects right here, on the, cracks,
any
or
cracks or anything like that could be a problem. Make sure that they're not there.
For the
a bad spot, but you just check.
check for any weak spots.
That's where
Right.
the stress is going to be, the weight.
All right. So this is the first step, right?
Yeah.
After that, after sanding the
Get
boards.
your front legs together. At a separation of whatever you think may be the right amount. And this is going to be the first thing to probably determine the height of it. And that's just as a preference on the individual, whether it's maybe 15 inches, 16 or whatever. Typically I would say 15 inches. But,
so a little less than halfway up, basically? Or
yeah, a little bit less
maybe
than
like
that.
a third of the way up?
Well, this has to be cut, okay?
Okay.
And it's also going to depend on what height you want that arm.
Okay.
In the arm. Your right and left arms
All right.
are going to be situated as such. Okay? Now, they have to be cut. You have to determine the height of the arm that you want, okay? And you're going to have to cut this one accordingly, the upright, the vertical one.
Okay.
You have to cut it at whatever height you want that arm to be at the very front. Okay?
All right.
Let's see.
Let's see. Yeah, here's an example of one
Okay.
that's cracked right there.
Exactly.
As long as we don't use that on the leg part where it's touching the ground or critical stress point.
Yeah, and I think I moved it earlier when I told you that this is not a critical one. So
So that's the
I have
arm.
to turn it around, okay?
Gotcha.
Because this has to rest on top of what you cut here, off this leg here. You're gonna have to put it on top.
Okay.
This has to come like that.
Right.
After you cut it to the length that you want. It's about 4 inches from the front that you have to attach it.
Okay.
It has to be at an angle that's comfortable for you as far as the arm. You can have a slant more, but I think it's probably at about
Vertical almost. Or horizontal.
a little bit like maybe 15 degrees or something like that.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to tell until you actually do something.
All right. Well, let's get
Okay.
let's
So
get to
I-
fastening, and then we'll take a picture or video after that to
But-
see where we're at
Okay,
progress.
this, yeah, this one has to be actually, we're gonna have to cut that.
Okay.
And that's okay. That way you'll have security that you have a good solid piece down there. So you might as well cut that sucker right there.
Okay. Check back
Okay.
later. All right.
Right in the
So what we're trying to do is determine the width of the back of the chair. We'll determine how we build the frame on the bottom. So we're fanning them out. As you can see, the middle one is the bunghole, and then these are mostly all wide except for the outer one's a little bit narrow.
wider,
Widest one, 2 less wide ones,
Right.
and the other 2.
Try to make it symmetrical, or you know.
7 altogether.
And then we're gonna start narrow on the bottom and fan out a little bit on top. Still put a little gap down here. I think it'd be fine.
I would say maybe
So-
23,
Or 23 inches up there.
and at the bottom support about 19 and a half.
19 and a half.
And that's other than the pictures that I have there.
So what we did was we estimated the height of the first bolt. We put some clamps on here, and we estimated about 15 inches from the bottom to the bottom of this,
No, to the top.
or to the top. Okay. And then there's gonna be another board resting on this one.
Which
would be, and then we also estimated, we measured 23 inches from this edge all the way over to this edge, and that will account for the other, the back and match with the back and the base. And so just wanted to capture that, and then we'll continue later. Anything else, Dad?
That's
Okay,
it.
we're having some challenges here with the angles.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is just estimate. We've made some cuts here on this baseboard, and we're just trying to figure out what's the right angle before we drill the holes. And then, so we measure at the top. It's what, Dad, again?
What's that? Right here?
What are we supposed to be here?
This is supposed to
23
be
or
23.
Okay.
It's a little less. It's a 22 and 3/4.
Okay.
22 and 3/4.
Alright.
Inside to inside of the upright.
All right. So the plan is to.
23.
It's going to taper back here, right?
22
These
and
boards,
3/4.
these boards are here going to taper back.
Since
To-
we're losing by half there
What
and
do we
half
say?
there.
The base of the seat is going to be 20 inches.
At approximately about this point right here, 20 inches. What did we say over there?
Yeah, we said it was 20.
Did we?
Yeah. Remember making it even. So,
Okay, yeah.
so as long as
We
we're
got it.
close to 20 down here,
Okay,
I think
we
we'll
got
be
it.
fine.
I think we got it.
And then we just need to make sure that.
This looks good. And this looks
And
good.
I think we also need to make sure it's level, semi-level, right here, right? Or no? Does that matter?
I don't think is that,
Okay.
well, it might be, that we have to kind of bring it forward. No.
So we'll check back later. All right. As you can see, we've secured the legs, countersunk some holes, and I used 3-inch screws. I was a little nervous about splitting the wood here, but we pre-drilled the holes. Seem to be working all right. And we also put a couple screws, short screws on this side to you can see how it rests. The leg rests on there. The next step, what we're going to do, we had to measure, make sure that that was even, and 20 inches at the bottom here, 23 at top to match the back of the chair over there. So the next steps is going to be, we're going to take this notch out where it'll fill this gap there when we push it up there for this first part of the seat. And then also work on the back. We put a temporary clamp there. Oh, by the way, to do this, we had to put a temporary clamp on these right there to drill the holes through. But So yeah, I guess we start right now with the middle one as a
Yeah.
reference, and then just branch out from
Yeah, you
there,
branch out from there.
evenly,
Sideways.
and then that's where the bottom's at, right there.
And
right?
the wind's going to be at the bottom, what, 20 inches?
Yeah.
The slats, and they fan out to 23.
23 inches.
Yeah.
So we'll
So
record it when we
start
get
with that.
a little update. So I'm enjoying this project with you, Dad.
Yeah.
All right.
The surfaces right here, and where you actually put a screw in there, it's going to be recessed, you know.
So while my dad's working on the back, I'm cutting out the notches.
And,
For,
look the
So
size
this fits perfectly right here. So
And when you drive
Do
one of
time
these
lapse
in there,
and
it'll be
figure out
recessed kind of like that, see? And later on, I'm gonna have like a wood dowel, a round wood dowel, to insert in there like that with the glue, and then you cut it off like that, and then you sand it down, so it's just like that. Smooth surface. That's gonna be all set. Too long, so I have to cut them. Cut them. That's how it's put in the ink. Cut them off a little bit so they won't
Almost
go all
there.
the way through. Huh? You alright?
Almost there.
Alright.
All right, Dad. What do you think?
I don't know, what do you
They
think?
didn't buy it.
Huh. Yeah.
I mean, still needs to go up for this
Huh?
thing.
Well, if you could, because you're gonna have this bump here, but it's up to you. Whatever you think. You want to be more precise on it?
Go up a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it'd be worth the effort.
All right.
Get up there.
chair upside down. And I need to clamp this so I can secure this first seat stave. It's giving me a little difficulty because it's at an angle, and I had to cut notches out so it'll fit just right. But it's still not going to fit flush because of the way this is curved. So what we have to do is just kind of, it's got to sit at an angle so it can sit right here. But however, you see there's a gap there, so you just have to try to finagle it and get it, hold it in position so we can get some screws in it. And then start putting the bottom part on. So if you want to go film where Dad's at, he can tell you a little bit about what he's doing. Your grandpa.
Okay.
Tell her what you're doing, Dad.
Oh, I'm working.
Working.
Well, trying to get this back together so I can actually have it pretty well assembled where I can put it on the chair and get it anchored to the chair frame that your dad's working on. But I had to still have 2 more of those braces to put across here. One right about this area right in here, and the other one up there on top. And that'll solidify the whole thing and bring everything together. And at that point, I think I'll quit because I'm very tired.
All right, I'm gonna borrow your drill, Dad. You good?
The drill?
Yeah.
Yeah.